Lesson 39. Filter instead of looping. In this lesson, we're going to revisit the problem from Lesson 26. We need to go through a data set and delete records that match a certain criteria. But rather than examine each record, we're going to use the power of filter to find the records, and then use a very obscure trick called special cells to grab the visible results of the filter and delete those rows. Let's get started. All right, well, first, let's just do this in the regular Excel interface. What I'm proposing that we use is now called filter. In all previous versions of Excel, this was called auto filter. And so we could turn on the filter, and you see we get these little drop down arrows on each heading. And from a drop down arrow, we could say that we only want to see one particular sales rep, S29, for example. Click OK. And what Excel does is it hides all of the rows that are not S29 rows. Well, let's say that I want to copy or delete just those visible records. We're going to use a tool that's found in the Go To dialog box. Typically find and select Go To and then choose Special. This Go To Special says, hey, within this selection we want only the cells that match certain criteria, like only the constants, only the formulas. In this case we want to say the visible cells only. Click OK, and you can see now when I do Control C that I've only selected those particular rows that we can see. And we can use this trick in VBA to very quickly delete all the records that match a certain criteria or to copy them to a new spot. So let's just go back to all of the records in our data set and we'll switch over to VBA. All right, back in Lesson 26 we would have used this method. Found the final row and then looped from the final row to 2, step -1, looking for a particular sales rep. And if it was found, then we would have deleted it. But this is slow because you have to go and examine every row one after the other. The faster way is we find the final row, define the range as starting in row 2, and of course it goes down one row less than the final row, basically row count, and we apply the auto filter. We're applying it to field 4 and the criteria is S29, so that's good. What was 4 or 5 steps in the regular Excel interface is basically this one line of code. That's a beautiful thing. And then instead of using home, find and select Go To Special Visible Cells, we just say range special cells XL cell type visible. That's the keyword for clicking visible in the special dialog box. Entire row dot delete. And then we turn off the auto filter. Much faster way to go. Let's take a look here. We'll do it back on our test data. Our test data is a copy of original, so that way you can run the macro a few different times and see how it works. So let's just run this step at a time. We define the range. We apply the filter. So now you can see it's only the S29 rows. And then delete those visible rows. And then clear the filter. Doing .autofilter is a toggle. If you just do .autofilter and the autofilter is turned on, this will turn it off. And now we get back to all of the rows and you'll see there are no S29s in that data. So a much faster way to go using the autofilter. It would also be possible to combine the concepts in the last lesson where you could set up a criteria range. The criteria range might be a bit more complicated than what you can do in the auto filter, and apply a filter to the data set and then delete those rows, or even copy the visible rows to a new workbook to create one particular report. So certainly you could do it using the loop method that we talked about before, but much faster just to apply the auto filter and let Excel's power find the records that we want. Much quicker way to go. Well, in the next lesson, we're going to start to talk about pivot tables, which I think are Excel's most powerful feature. We'll take a look at how to create pivot tables in Excel VBA. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this lesson helpful.
Looking to advance your career by acquiring new skills? Tired of expensive off-site training programs? Wish you could learn from the best instructors in the industry? Look no further than live lessons. Self-paced, personal video instruction by the world's leading technology publishers. Each live lesson comes with a DVD featuring 3 to 4 hours of instructor-led classroom training, sample program code that allows you to work along with your personal instructor, and an example-rich study guide. Live lessons allow you to watch the entire course from start to finish, or navigate directly to any of the individual lessons. You'll literally watch over the shoulder of your instructor as he shows you how to build state-of-the-art applications. Live lessons, the power of the world's leading technology experts at your fingertips. To learn more, visit mylivelessons.com today.